Welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble. Please stand by for the upcoming fight. This time, the Dark Elves will face up against the High Elves.
So welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble and thank you for tuning in. In this episode I'm playing with the Dark Elves and I'm facing up against the High Elves. So this is a very short episode, very short match, but I would like to show you this because my opponent brought 3 dragons. So very cool over here. So yeah, let's begin and let's directly go to my army composition. Nothing new under the sun over here. So we have I have just Haganeth Executioners. As I said, high tier infantry unit or the elite infantry unit of the Dark Elves, very heavily armored, causing a lot of armor piercing damage, and have a real bonus versus infantry. So very good over here, and I think the most competitive way to compete against the high elf infantry are these guys over here. So I brought just I brought just 6 groups of them, and I think yeah, everything is said about that. Then I have our, as always, Arcanid Assassin. As I said, really good for sniping out large units and enemy heroes and stuff like that. So he's quite small. He's also, I think he has stalks, so he's hidden. Or is he hidden? I'm not sure. Yeah, he's hidden the most time, and as I said, the most player will ignore him, but after time they will get very heavily damaged from this unit over here. So it causes missile damage of 800. That's a lot, and as I said, really good for sniping out enemy, also dragons and lords and all that stuff. Then I have a Dreadlord, I think, on a Hornet one. As I said, really good combat stats over here. Very underrated in my opinion, and so really good over here. A lot of mobility, a lot of speed, a lot of weapon strength, huge armor piercing amount, very heavily armored, and yeah. Though that's everything for my army composition. As I said, I think this is enough. So with these frontline, you can compete against all these high elf infantry units, and you outnumber him over here also. So this is the reason why I brought just Haganeth Executioners, so I have a lot of them. Of course, I have no other thing over here, but it's enough, or it's very good. So you can also flank him quite heavy when you have such a wide front line. And as I said, you outnumber him over here. And of course, I have 3 groups of Cold War Knights for the mobility with this anti-large bonus. They are very strong against all large units, and so they're also very good over here. 3 units also here, you will outnumber the high elf cavalry and all that stuff. So yeah, overall just 2 type of units, but of them I have a lot, so very good. So we have the Star Dragon, breath or causing a lot of damage to my front line, to my Haganeth Executioners with his breath, also the Sun Dragon. So you can see of my opponent's army composition, he has 3 dragons. He has a Moon Dragon, he has a Sun Dragon, and his Lord is on a Star Dragon. And the plan was to cause a lot of harass damage to my front line over here and the pre-combat. And I think at the beginning he saw my army and he thought it would really work well, because just these infantry units are this is very bad against these dragons. Of course, they have no anti-large bonus also. They can't do anything about the harass damage now from the dragons, and I think he thought this is really good, so that I have just infantry. But as I said, I have also these Cold War Knights, and yeah, let's see how this works out. Then we have Spearmen in the front line of my opponent. Of course, very cheap unit. They will not hold line against my Haganeth Executioners. Armor is very low. The melee defense is quite huge, but over a time they get, of course, massacred from the Haganeth Executioners. They will not. They can't compete against these guys over here. Then in the back line we have just normal archers, 3 groups, and yeah, that's everything. Oh no, we have also silver helms over here. So these silver helms have no anti-large bonus. They are anti-infantry unit. Of course, also very good against my build, but I think they're causing no armor piercing amount, so they have no armor piercing over here. And as I said, against my infantry, they are quite useless. So just for cycle charge, it's okay, but against these Haganeth executioners, they get massacred from them. So no problem over here. But of course, the plan was of my opponent to wait for the charge in over here and then to ride in my backline. So also these archers causing nearly no armor piercing amount, armor piercing missile damage, and so it's of course after a time will add up also, but they will cause not so much damage to my front line over here. Well, charge in over here. The dragons are in the air, so they are not charged. Yeah, there we have a Moondragon. Moondragon lands on my front line to break the spot on the right side, on the left flank, and also the Sun Dragon is on the right flank to break the spot over here against the Haganeth executioners. But now my Cold One Knights kick in. And as I said, just these infantry, I think my opponent had the matchup would be really good for my opponent if I had just these infantry, because I have no anti-large bonus with the Haganeth executioners. But with the Cold One Knights, the performance against this dragon is really good, of course, and also against these Silverhounds. But also the Haganeth executioners would compete very good against the Silverhounds if he would stay in melee and not cycle charge all the time. But you can see over here the complete front line broke up. Everything routes really fast. The Star Dragon now taking a lot of damage from these Haganeth executioners. Of course, he's very overwhelmed on this side over here. As I said, also here Haganeth executioners in melee combat against the Silverhound perform really good. But as I said, they get really overwhelmed. Also the dragons. So against two groups of Haganeth executioners, you can see it over here. They get a lot of damage from that, and that's it. So as I said, just a short episode over here. As you can see, no chance for the spearmen, and the dragons, as I said, dragons are always a unit that is for the support. But if your front line and if your army overall is very weak, they cannot do anything about that. So they are for support, and they are quite squishy also in this game. So you can focus them out really fast if you would like to do this. And if you have a dragon, take care of it. Watch after him and don't send it in any spots and leave it there without. So watch after him, and he needs some APM, some micromanagement, and yeah. But as I said, of course they are strong, making a lot of kills over here. But overall, as I said, it's always good to send them with strong units. So if you would like to break a spot in the front line, send them on a spot where it's also weak, where it's already weak. The spot should be already weak, and you can send it to this spot, and then it will break up. If you send it to a spot that get overwhelmed, also the dragon will be killed, or will be also the dragon will get killed. So they are the same as trolls. So the trolls also are always strong with strong units. So in addition with strong units, then it makes double damage, you can say. But in addition with weak units, they will not perform really well. So yeah, so nothing more to say about that. And thank you for watching, and see you on the next episode of Royal Rumble. Thank you.